We're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Topeka and Jessica Live. Thank you all for joining us tonight. So we're going to wait until some more people get on board. So right now it's just Jessica and I. So
hello, everybody. Hello.
My background seems a little dark right here. I'm gonna try to adjust it since we only have one person on because it's like really dark. So
okay,
I'm gonna remove my.
Hello. Thank y'all for joining us. We got a hot topic tonight. I hope y'all ready. Ready. Y'all, my daughter is over there across the table looking at me. She needs to join in on this topic of the controversy in school and disruptive children and how teachers and subs handle things. So we have Pika back now.
I'm back. So I think my lighting is a little better. I hope so. So Sanaya, you said it's across from you?
Yes.
Okay, so hopefully she'll give her input. So from a team perspective as well, not just from us adults. So
yeah, she over here laughing.
With the situation at bay. Yeah, we got one. Oh, okay. Janae, she says, ready for the teacher topic. Hey, Janae, thank you for joining us. So we're just trying to wait for a few more people to come on board.
Hey, Sean, good evening.
Yes, hello, Sean. Thank you for joining us.
So as y'all know, this platform, Topeka and Jessica Live, is a platform where we bring y'all informative information. And y'all, my daughter is over there laughing, cracking.
I can see her now.
We bring
Shine the light on her.
Information that's like real life matters, real topics, situations that may be going on in the world. But of course, as always, we're not experts in the subjects that we talk about. We may have some personal knowledge, we may have some professional background in it, but if you take our advice or any information that you may receive, you take it and it is beneficial to you, we greatly appreciate it. And we also thank y'all for supporting us, coming on board and engaging and passing the word along and giving us words of encouragement. We truly appreciate it. So I'll let Topeka start off with what tonight's topic is going to be about.
So our topic tonight is going to be about this widely, I don't know, it's going around social media. Mm-hmm. And I first saw it last night. When I first saw it, I was kind of like, interesting, because at that time, the video had yet surfaced. So I remember seeing it and not really knowing the details or anything, but it was just saying that a substitute teacher had got into a physical altercation with a student. Mm-hmm. And that was it. And then this morning is actually when I saw the video. And I know both Jessica and I shared it on both of our individual pages. So if you have not had time to see that, please take a minute and go watch. I'm going to try to bring it up where we can show it on our platform as well. But it ended up being a situation where the student got their cell phone taken by the substitute teacher. And the student felt as though the substitute teacher should not have taken her cell phone. Don't know exactly why the student felt that way, but she felt some type of way about it. Mm-hmm. Went up in the substitute space and was like, hey, I want my cell phone back. And the substitute teacher, I don't know, felt some type of way, and they end up kind of like fighting. So I think that's a little shortcut of it or whatever, but it's like a debate. Like, was the teacher or substitute teacher wrong, or was the student wrong? I don't know, especially in the world that we live in, like what's what. Mm-hmm. So let me try to pull that video up. I'll let Jessica finish talking while I try to pull it up for those who may not have seen it. So let me see what I can do to get it to show if possible.
Okay. So in that, I know a lot of times if you read the comments under the videos like that, you will have different a variety of ways that how people feel about it. You have some that is for the teacher, the substitute teacher. You have some that is for the student, and you have some that may say that both are wrong. So in that, we want to discuss, like, what do we feel as far as safety measures? Do we have safety measures in place for our teachers? as well as for our students if you have an intruder or something come in. Who do y'all feel was wrong in that situation? Was the substitute teacher wrong? Could she have handled it or de-escalate the situation? And of course, I think we all will agree that the student was wrong for going up and trying to get her cell phone back from an administrator, or not an administrator, but in that time she was like an authority figure for that student because that's her teacher, substitute teacher. So those are the things that we want to discuss tonight, especially with that video, because again, that was a very viral video that went around in regards to that whole situation. Were you able to pull it up? Or are you still?
I'm pulling it up. I'm trying to connect it.
Okay.
You can just finish talking. You're good.
Okay. So in that, my thoughts, and me and Pika spoke about it this morning. In that, my thoughts is that after watching the video several times, and also being a professional in a medical field, I do understand the whole concept of de-escalating a situation. Yes, the student was wrong. She should not have went and tried to get her cell phone back from that teacher, regardless of what the situation was, because it may have been the student was using the cell phone for an inappropriate reason, or maybe not paying attention to what was being taught at that time. I know in the comments I did read that the student was trying to video record the teacher or something in that matter. So I'm not really for sure exactly what happened that warranted the teacher to take the cell phone. But I do know with the teacher or substitute teacher being there, I do personally believe that it could have been handled in a different matter, especially with that being a young child. But I do understand that sometimes we're all humans. So sometimes your fight or flight instinct kick in, and she may have been reverted. Like at that time, at that time, she doesn't feel like that was a student because her mind just went a whole different way. So again, we kind of spoke on this last week. We did speak on this last week about if it's a profession where you can easily be triggered, or something can happen where you may revert back to a time where you have to be too aggressive or cause harm or something like that, then you may want to find a different profession, even if it's just being a substitute. Because I know in the medical field, we have people that hit, bite, scratch, pull our hair, punch us, kick us. But at that time, they train us to de-escalate the system. De-escalate the situation. We have to remove ourselves from that environment, get help, or whatever else. So I think also that for teachers and substitutes, they need some type of emergency button or something they can push to have someone come in there, because I do think at that time she was trying to call someone to come in there to help with that situation, but things kind of escalated pretty quickly. So that is my thoughts in regards to that. I personally, I was looking at it from a professional standpoint. I was looking at it from a point of being a parent, and also from a point of the substitute teacher's point of view as well. And I know as a parent, I wouldn't want someone that's bigger than an adult, bigger than my child, sitting on top of my child, pinning her down. Because again, we talk about people being aggressive. We're talking about situations that does not end well when people are too aggressive. And so she was sitting on top of her pinned down. And if that child had any medical issues, something else could have happened. So we have to be very cautious in what we do. And we also have to try and teach our children and try to train them to be respectful when it comes to people that are an adult. I know children have their own mind. They have their own way of thinking. We spoke on this last week as well. They go out and do whatever they want to do to try to prove a point to their friends or whomever, or be big and bad. So, that we just seen the video. We don't know what happened. Well, I don't know what happened prior to, but we've seen that video. So that's the things that we want to talk about tonight. Pika.
Oh, I'm still working on it. I'm letting you talk. I'm sorry. I'm still working on it.
Okay. So let's see. Okay. Jari said, same here, Jessica. The teacher was wrong. And then he also said, first of all, she had on thongs.
Oh my God, did you really go there? I knew somebody was going to say that. How do you know she had on thongs? How do you know she had on any panties, right?
Yeah, so that was a lot of big issues. That was a big comments, a lot of comments about her either not having on panties. Well, I think majority agreed that she didn't have on panties.
She didn't have on anything. It's like, what? Yeah, that part.
Right. And let's see. Janae said, I see from both sides how this could have been avoided. Yes. Mm-hmm.
And what signs did she see that it could have been avoided? Like in what ways? Just curious.
You're asking me or Janae?
Janae.
Okay.
Copy link. Okay, I think I got it. Hopefully.
And then while Janae answers, then it says either thongs or no panties, dead wrong. Pika, what's your input on it?
Oh, hold on. I'm still trying to get this to work. Hold on. You talking about the input. Hold
We
on
might just have to bypass that.
I got it though. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Yes, 1 second. If I can click on it.
I seen where it copied on the
It copied on there. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So with I think I kind of spoke on that with Janae when she said Janae said, let's see, from the child's point, I believe that the child should have either waited until after class to receive her phone or call her parent or parents. I agree. Mm-hmm. Yes, I definitely agree with that. And that comes back to, again, to having children need to have respect. And I think in that as well, a lot of kids, again, it may just be she's trying to shine in front of her peers or whatever else. And respect goes a long way. Like if somebody takes something from you, don't try to get it back, especially if it's a teacher or something. Just wait to the end of class. And like Janae said, to call your parents and have them handle the situation. And then she put, afterwards, your phone should have not even been visible in class neither. It's school. That's a time to learn. Correct. That's absolutely correct.
And I have the same, I know you were asking me, I was trying to get all of that working, and I'm gonna fool with that later. I did put the link on there briefly on there, but I was trying to get it to actually play. So I'll deal with that later because it's not doing what I want it to do. And I don't want to take away too much of my time and focus trying to get that to playing. But I guess it's both sides. Like you said, why does, we send our kids to school, or the kids have cell phones for different reasons, safety reasons, especially nowadays, right? But my thing is, well, okay, if an adult is talking to the student, asking the student for their cell phone for whatever reason, and the teacher, whomever takes the cell phone, that should be the end of that. Let adults handle adult situations, meaning that if the substitute teacher took the phone, then maybe the child's mother or father or whomever should have got involved and got it back at that time, instead of the child feeling or stepping in the adult, place, stepping to that teacher, one side. But then two, who knows, the teacher probably felt like her life was at danger with these kids these days. It's like two sides to that. So in my situation, my daughter has had her cell phone taken at school before, but she did not dare rise up or say anything to the teacher. Okay, if anything, they called me and told me, and I'm like, okay, what did she do? Or whatever. Okay, she deserved to have it taken, and we're gonna keep it for however many days, and if whatever, but I handled it. She didn't call herself jumping bad at no teacher, instructor, or whomever it was. I dare not. No. So again, that's my view on it. So I don't know. It's one of those situations where it's like, darn if you do, darn if you don't. With the school system, I don't know, I'm saying these kids, but our kids, our students, some of the students, they are forcing a lot of the instructors, the teachers, the educators. I'm going to say educators. A lot of them don't want to be educators anymore. They're like, you know what, is it even worth it?
Right.
They're dealing with some of these kids that they go to school to supposedly learn, but their life is in danger. I've known so many educators to just walk away from their career because it's like, is it worth it? Meaning, is it worth it? Because their life is at jeopardy. Their health is at jeopardy. You go to school or you go to this career or whatever it could be for them. Some of them, some of these educators, like they dreamed of this. This is what they dreamed of doing when they were younger, was to be an educator. Their whole life, everything is on the line. But then now teaching has become so daunting to them. They're like, I don't want to be at that school with these kids. They're so out of hand, and then you can't really say anything to them because you have some parents like, I dare you say something to my child. The child could be in the wrong, but you can't say anything to them. Can't even tell the child to go sit down because they're, you're going to get jumped on, So it's like, darn if you do, darn if you don't. And then some people are just so irate. And I know here in Pensacola at one school. I'm not going to name the school, but it was this principal, and she was older. But she kind of like just decided to just quit mid-school year because she's like, I can't handle this. Her health went down. She was having bad anxiety attacks, and she's like, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. My life or what, you know?
Right.
It's sad that it's come to that. It's really, really sad. So it's like, what do we do as a community? What do we do as parents? You know, and even for the educators, how can they protect themselves? You know, to what extent? So, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
And I don't know where you left off on the comments.
Let's
With
see.
those, okay.
Jari said, "Listen, my oldest got her phone taken while in class. She gave the teacher the phone, and her mom came to get it after school the same day. No excuse."
Exactly, and that's how it should be. Exactly, that's exactly how it should be.
Right.
Yeah.
And Janae said, but the teacher, I feel that it was very wrong for her to push the child. It could have been avoided by either letting the child get her phone and tell her to exit the class or call administration.
Exactly.
And I do agree, I agree with that too, because like I said, I watched the video several times, and the thing that I seen when she was saying not to touch me was a student just trying to get her, not just saying not just trying, but you know, reaching around to get her phone. And to me, I felt like the teacher was the aggressor in that part, because when she pushed the child, to me, it was a force, not where she pushed to the ground, but enough to warrant the child to swing, which the child shouldn't have done. But then that's when everything kind of escalated with that. So, yes, it could have been avoided. Then I looked to that again, she may have felt threatened by the child because she was backed into a corner and really didn't have, you know, any way to move unless she probably did push the child out the way. So, yes, with that, it could have been avoided. And that's one of the things too that we wanted to discuss, like, because we know now, we talked about that too with substituting teachers, they're not really requiring them to have any type of training. So if you have a substitute that has not been in the classroom or has no type of training on how to de-escalate a situation, what do you do in a situation like that? Then of course they may just go into what they know to do, and that's to fight back. So we want to discuss too, like, should laws be in place if a student gets too violent with a teacher? Like, what are the things that they can do if they absolutely cannot de-escalate the situation? So those are some of the things too that we're gonna discuss as well.
But you know, you said about the training, right? But it's that part too. But I think a lot of it got to do with too the shortage, right? You can get training, but if it's a shortage, they're not really training the teachers. They're just like, we need educators. Come on in. You know, you don't have to have a degree. You don't have to have this qualifications. We just need bodies. So when it comes to that, what qualifications do you have? They're not training anybody.
But no, yeah, that's why I said maybe they need to go back, you know, having the mandates to train people, requirements to have that before, even if they do just come off the streets or whatever, have at least like a 2-week training or something that they can watch. Because a lot of times trainings that job do now is computer based. Like, you be at home, you can do your on job training on the computer. So something before, because I know a lot of times should have to do background screenings. So those things take time. So while those things are being implemented, they can sit at their house and do the online training as well. So that, and they may do it, I'm not for sure. So if anybody has that answer to that, please feel free to answer.
I hope they're doing it, but I don't know. To me, I just remember the beginning part of last school year. It was like teachers were quitting left and right, and they were just like, we need help. We need bodies. I don't even think they were doing no background check. That's my opinion. I don't think so. How? Really? Some of them kids girls sitting in the cafeteria on top of each other. How in the world?
Yeah.
And you see, okay, I started teaching in what kind of background check?
Yeah.
Is it just a local background check, or is it an extensive background check? I'm kind of wondering what kind of training.
Checks, they take a while to come in, so they probably wasn't doing them.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So they just needed bodies to fill in, and then how they were going in and out. It's like, God darn, y'all got a new science teacher. Y'all just had one 2 weeks ago.
Right.
In and out. In and out. That was not just the subs, that was the teachers, but it got to do with the shortage. And it's a problem, not just, how can I say, it's a worldwide problem with our educators.
It is.
So until we fix that problem, we're going to continue to have issues, you know.
Yeah.
And again, I can say these kids, they're running these educators out the door. And I remember I got asked to teach at a middle school. It was like during COVID or right after COVID. I said, oh, heck no.
Yeah.
I can do middle school and I cannot do high school. I would do elementary school.
Yeah.
And now I even hesitate with elementary school.
They
Huh?
getting elementary kids getting ruthless
That's
too.
why I just said I can't. We good because I got one. I can't even tell somebody to go use the restroom. I might get cursed out.
Right.
No.
Yes.
So yeah, it's just crazy.
It
Crazy.
is.
I don't know what we have come to in the States, and I say that, and I can only speak of the States because that's what we are. You know, I don't know what
Right.
we've come to with the qualifications and accepting, but we got to look at it. These are the people who our kids are spending majority of their time with.
Right.
Majority
Yeah.
of our time with. So you would think we would do more
Mhm.
of a vetting system to make sure that whoever our kids are around are in the hands of, that is more, I don't know.
Yeah. And let's see, Janae said the shove wasn't needed, but then again, I know it all happened so fast, but it all could have been avoided. I'm young, so I know how this goes.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shove, that girl, I felt that shove through the screen. I was like, whoa, man.
Yeah.
Ooh, and I think the thing is, I didn't think the little girl knew she was coming like that.
No,
I
she
really
did, because
don't.
it caught her off guard. I think it really did. Yeah.
And in a sense, you know how sometimes like your child may jump bad with you. And you're
Uh-huh.
like, okay, you want to jump bad? I'm gonna show you. That is, I'm not saying because I'm not her, but that may be the mindset that she went to, like, okay,
Right.
you jumping bad, and I'm about to show you.
Yeah.
And before she knew it, I think she, you know, it dawned on her that this is not my child. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
like this is somebody else's child. I don't know,
Right.
but I'm just thinking. But the little girl was not expecting it, but
No,
ooh,
she
I don't know.
wasn't.
I
And
don't know.
Janae also said you have to have a strong head on your shoulders to be a teacher. I give it to them because this generation now, I don't know what to even say. I can't even explain it. I can't explain it either.
That's why I said what I said. No, then I asked, I said, how much y'all paying? When she told me, I was like, we good. It's not even about the pay. It's not even about the pay. Because I know people say your passion. It is definitely a passion. But at the same time, when you look at like some of these kids, like,
yeah, because even if you have a passion,
what you
it
gotta
can wear
put up
thin.
with.
Yeah. It can wear thin where you just can't be like, you can't like I deal with it no more, because it's like now they really just they tested my patience.
Yes. You gotta come home and deal with your own
some of these parents, they gotta realize too, like if you don't even want to deal with your child on a daily basis and you ready for them to go back to school, what makes you think that a teacher want to deal with them on a daily basis?
There you go. Exactly. That's crazy.
What makes you think that? Because Jari said, right, the teacher was the aggressor. Mm-hmm. And then he said, come on now, the teacher had colored hair.
What does that mean?
Jari, what does that mean? Because I like colored hair sometimes. So what
color hair did she have? See, I really want to like play it on my phone and turn it to the screen. I really want to do that. I mean, maybe the show.
Did she have, I didn't even pay attention to her.
I thought she had black hair.
I don't know.
Hold on, I'm about to be like real whatever, because I'm about to be, you know, let me hold on. I thought she had black hair, didn't she? And what he's trying to say,
you know, it may have had a little bit of red. Huh? It may have had a little bit of red in it. I'm not sure. I don't know. I can't really remember though, to be honest.
He's tripping now. Now he's stereotyping Jar. Now he's showing out. So she had color hair and a big butt. What you saying?
And a thong or no panties on.
There you go. This is crazy. Hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna show the video. Hold on. Let me go. Hopefully y'all can see it if I make it bigger. Hold on a second. I'm gonna do it this way. This is so ghetto, but I'm gonna do it this way anyways.
Okay. Yeah, so for those of y'all that may not
got it memorized. She had red and black hair.
Okay.
So I didn't even know that, but she did have red and black hair. So.
Okay. So for those of y'all that may have not seen the video, like Pika said, it's on both of our pages on Facebook. And then I'm pretty sure if you, because what state was that in?
Hold on. Can y'all see it? Take the comment off.
You're gonna have to move up. There you go.
Get a fucking teacher. Get a fucking teacher. Get a teacher. Somebody get a teacher. Oh, get a teacher. Get a teacher. Get a teacher. Get a teacher. Get a teacher.
Okay, now side note on that one.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so it's from Rocky Mount High School.
Okay.
Wherever that's at. So turn that off. Yeah, I don't know where Rocky Mount High School is, but I know you had asked earlier and I didn't know. I don't know. But I'm gonna go back to the comments. So Jar said the red and black hair. I'm still taken aback by that because now you're like, do not color our hair, Jar, because I don't know, you stereotype. I'm kind of confused now. So just gotta let you finish reading the comments. I'm gonna go to the other.
Okay. Janae said they're not, and I think we're going back talking about how the kids are. Swartz said it's the school board's fault that this happened, hiring teachers that weren't properly trained or looked over. So yes, I agree with that too. I'm a firm believer of proper training when it comes to especially with things like that and learning, because the school systems now is just so different. You're dealing with a different breed of kids and a whole new different generation. I know back in elementary days, our principal was able to use a paddle on us, and
oh my gosh, parents, girl, yes. Oh my, I can't tell you how many paddlings I got in elementary.
Right. So he was able to use a paddle on us, and it was, our parents ain't have nothing against it, because again, it takes a village. Whether they're at school, they're at the park, they're at football practice, cheerleading practice, or wherever they're at, as long as they're being treated properly by the authoritative figure or whatever. But now you can't even speak to these kids or try to reprimand them in any shape, form, or fashion because the kids gonna get smart, huh?
You don't even get time out anymore. I don't know.
They want to put, and the thing I want to talk about too is that the school systems, the things that they focus on, I think sometimes is like, minute. It's like stuff that they really shouldn't focus about, like putting a child in suspension or whatever, or making them sit in school suspension, like if they're dress code or something like that. Like if it's nothing that's revealing or something, because sometimes a parent may be at work and they don't supervise or monitor whatever, or like even with me, sometimes I know the dress code, but when it's time to go, it's time to go. I ain't gonna say, girl, go take that off, because as long as I know it's appropriate for school. But sometimes if they have like a little hole above the knee, they want to put them in school suspension. And I know when my son was in middle school, and I forgot what he had on that day, but it wasn't the dress code. So I got a call from the school saying that he wasn't gonna be able to go back to class till someone can bring him some clothes. Well, I'm at work. I can't just leave my job to bring him some clothes. And he had to sit. So they were going to allow him to sit out of class from being taught just because of a dress code. And sometimes it's even with the tardies. They want to put them in.
I was just about to say the tardies is what get me, especially in the morning time. Like, I'm bringing my child to school. Like, okay.
Right. And I had a roundabout, and it wasn't because I didn't understand when she was saying, well, she's got to get in school suspension. I said, well, ma'am, she doesn't drive. I bring her, and if I'm getting off work that morning, I have to rush to bring her. She may be late or tardy, but that's not her fault. Why punish her because may have something going on? I'm not able to. Sometimes I may oversleep, and I'm not able to get her to school on time. So I think sometimes what the schools focus on, like they shouldn't focus on, and I think the increase of focus should be on the safety in the schools for the teachers, the substitutes, for everybody that's in the school, because even after after that or whatever, you have kids that are no longer in the school that's coming on campus. How they're getting on, I guess they're just walking on and starting fights and doing different things. So the things that they focus on should not be focused on. Like they have other prioritizing things that they need to prioritize to focus on. And safety is one of the biggest things. I did share on my page as well with the wasn't a 6-year-old that shot the teacher, and they had been trying to get the faculty or the administrator there to see that this child was a danger, but then it had to result in this teacher getting shot. So now she's suing. So, it shouldn't even have to end in that. It shouldn't even have to come to that where that is happening. And then the other child I shared on my page where the teacher duct taped this child or put tape over the child's mouth because I get talking too much. I think it was
Talking too much.
yeah,
Yes,
talking
interior
too
design.
much.
Yes. Like,
So
girl,
it's like, teachers are really getting fed up with, and I'm just saying, I'm thinking, I'm pretty sure this child is probably always disruptive in the class. I'm not sure, but it's just different things that's going on in the school system that needs to be addressed. Let's see. Swartz also said the little girl was wrong. Yeah, she definitely was wrong. She should have sat down and waited till afterwards to get the phone back.
So
Definitely wrong.
Piggybacking off that, so I took liberty to go ahead and take some of the comments off of the one that we're referring to, where the substitute teacher and the student got into a fight. Just some of the comments that were displayed on the internet, and one person was saying, just again, these are comments from nobody that we know in particular, but just views so that we can see different point of views from different people or whatever. Someone said that this is exactly why I cannot be a teacher. She ain't do nothing wrong in my eyes. These parents ain't got no control over their kids and let them get away with everything. Then be mad, ready to fight when somebody else got to put them in check. And then somebody else said her mama should have done it like they say it takes a village, putting the girl in check, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then another comment said, I hate to say it, but after seeing the whole teacher versus student situation, some of y'all be your kids' biggest failures. I may have refused to give my phone up, talked back, maybe even got kicked out, but I ain't never cocked back to hit a teacher or even thought about it. My mama would have just been get off in me if I even felt like a teacher was in the wrong. I knew how to go. Hold on a second. I knew how to go call my mom and auntie to let them know to handle it. And that's what y'all not teaching them. So they're saying that the kids are stepping into adult situations, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody else said mostly our responses to the teacher or student altercation is the reason why them kids go to school acting that way. Cause they mama and daddy are, I don't know what this is, Al gutter snipes right up out the hood. And then somebody else said, shaking my head, teach these kids to keep their hands off these adults. She caught herself mid-fight. It could have been so much worse for the student. And then somebody else said it before, cell phones have become gods to these kids. At the same time, if a cell phone tablet raised them, what can you say? They're protecting the most valuable relationship to them. Yeah.
So I see a lot of comments refer back to parenting, and we talked about that last week too.
We did.
So it's referring back to parenting. Yes, parenting, I think, because you do as a parent try to raise, I can't speak for everyone, but I know for myself and Pika as well, we try to raise our kids to the best of our ability. And again, we spoke about what they do outside of our home. A lot of times we don't know, so we have no control over that because, again, a child, they develop their own mind. We all know when we were in middle school and high school, our parents taught us certain things or whatever, and we still sometimes may have did something that was totally opposite. So again, you have peer pressure, you have social media. I'm pretty sure that girl knew that somebody was going to be recording on their phone, of course, and that's what someone did, because that's the thing to do now, is to get your phone to record. And kids do that. Whatever goes on, the kids are definitely going to do that. So I think it's just the whole that a lot of times that really bothers me when people just automatically put it on the kids. I know you do have kids that that are brought up, in households that are not structured, that do have parents that somebody touch you hit them back. That's their automatic response, no matter who it is. So you do have, and we don't know what type of background or what type of home that child comes from. And again, go back, these are all allegations. We're not saying
I'm glad you said that, because the video that I did show from my cell phone, we have no ownership to it. We have no rights to it. None of that. We were just strictly showing a video that we found on the internet, And we
Right.
share with everyone. It does not belong to us, and we don't claim any type of rights to it. So,
Right.
glad you brought
So
that
these are, we're just speaking from our point of view. And again, it's allegations on what's happening or what happened and what's going to happen. So we don't have no, insight. We've seen the video from the site that everybody else has seen it from where it started at to where it ended. Again, we don't know what warranted her to take the phone or anything like that. So that is pretty much how I feel about that whole situation. And again, it's just the whole a lot of people in the comments took it back to the parenting. So how do y'all feel in regards? I know we did touch briefly on that, but this is like a whole different situation with this situation as far as the student and the teacher, with the student being going in the teacher space and trying to get her phone and all that stuff. Do y'all feel like that it's the parents' fault, or do y'all feel like this child may have just had a mind of her own to do whatever? I know we don't know, but just from your personal opinion and thoughts. Or Pika, how do you feel?
If it's the parents' fault,
Mm-hmm.
no, I don't know. I don't know nothing about that child and her parents. I don't know. These kids are out of control. I don't freaking know. Like, that's hard to say. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, girl, I don't know. She could have had an argument with her parents and wanted to be defiant and just went out there and acted a fool, So I can't say it's the parents' fault. No. Her parents probably shocked as heck that she's acting like that.
Right.
I don't know. She could have just been trying to act bad in front of her friends. So I don't know. I would not put that on her parents because I don't know her or her parents. And I would like to believe in my heart that she was raised right and knew better. I would like to. However, I don't think she's gonna run up on nobody else.
Right. I think that, and that may have been
all of that. I don't think she would ever do that. And I think that kids in that classroom probably learned the lesson too.
Right.
At the expense of what? And I do think that substitute as well probably learned the lesson. I hate that it had to be at the expense of that situation with all of them, I really do. And I remember coming across a video today where the substitute husband was speaking, and was saying how the cops has been at his house ever since, that happened and stuff like that. And now his family is being, followed and being targeted and different stuff like that. And what got me, they set up a GoFundMe and people are actually donating to their GoFundMe. And on one of the things, I know they got like a $1,500 donation. And then on one of the donations, it was like, oh, fuck, F them kids. And I'm like, what? Right, so again, I don't know, like, what kind of world are we living in? You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, up them kids, like those kids deserved it, or again, because people are like really like seeing some of these kids are undisciplined. Yes, I'm not giving anybody a pass, but some of these kids, they really need discipline. Some of these kids have no guidance, and who's to blame for that? Some of these kids have guidance and they just get out there and you would think they don't have any home training. So I don't like to assume because I don't know. I don't know.
Right. And we don't know. And I just hate when people automatically just say, oh, it's the parents' fault, it's the parents' fault.
It's not always. No.
And it's not. No.
Think about us. I mean, we out there knowing we shouldn't be out there cursing sometimes. We were younger. Right. Girl, cussing like a villain. Like, knowing if our parents heard us, girl, somebody went back and said something to our parents, we would have been knocked out. But we did it. It didn't mean that we didn't have home training, but we trying to, I don't know. Just doing it. So again, you can't always say it's the parents' fault. So I dare not say that. And even now as an adult, I may get to talking, be comfortable talking. I might slip and curse around my mom or about to, and I have to catch myself down. I have kids. Like, I have a grandchild. I still, so again, I have to do anything with my upbringing at all. So yeah. We'll go to the comments. Oh, you got it, Jessica?
No, you go ahead. Okay.
So Janae said you can't say just because, right? And she has a very, very good point. And then she said the child herself knew what she was doing. And I wholeheartedly believe that she knew what she was doing. Because if she was that brave to walk up in that teacher face, an adult face, to say, hey, give me back my cell phone, she knew what she was doing. Right. Yeah, because at some point, something should have done with her. Like, she's the authority figure. She's the teacher. And I know a situation, again, with my daughter when she was in high school. Anyways, in high school, and they told her to go through the opposite side of the door because the other door they didn't want kids entering whatever one way in the building, and it was open. But my daughter felt like she wanted to go through that way, and they're like, "No, go through the other way." So she ended up getting in trouble for that. But in her way, it was stupid. Why did they make me go around? The door was open. It's a shortcut. Well, it doesn't matter. They're the adults. You're the student. If they told you not to go in that way, you need to go the way they told you to go. No ifs, and buts about it. You know, when you become a teacher or an authority figure and you make the rules, then you do that. But until then, you need to do what they tell you to do.
Right.
So one of those things. So yeah, that child knew what she was doing. She knew exactly. And then Tashawn, hey Tashawn.
Hey.
She said these kids are just different.
Yes.
Girl, different ain't even.
Very different.
Very different. Very. And then we have Miss Norton.
Hey, Mandy.
Hey. She says you can raise your child the best you can, and they still will go out and act a fool. It's not the parents' fault. They get in front of their friends and try to act big, bad, or cool, and that is so true. That's so true. And if, you know, if you think back to people that we knew that got in like big trouble in school, like, come on. Some of our parents are like, what in the world? Or you be like, dang, I can't believe such and such did this. You know, that's a prime example right there.
Yep, it is.
And then Swartz says she wasn't raised right. Okay, maybe not. And then he said, oh, wow. And then he said, did you curse? At times I did. Jessica, did you curse?
Sometimes.
I remember Jessica, oh my God, in high school, you couldn't wear those dresses. Where's Sanaya?
Which one? What dresses?
Where's Sanaya, first of all?
She in her room.
Okay. We used to have these cute little dresses we wore. They were not short though. And Jessica's dad, he was like, she couldn't put on this dress. It was cute and it was not tight fit and it was not short. But I remember my girl used to bring that dress to school in that backpack. Got to school, my girl changed into that dress. Before she went home, she changed out of that dress, I tell you. But it had nothing to do with her upbringing.
Right.
She was a teenager.
Right.
Again. And I mean, hey, we did.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it was the shorts I like when I had to do the same thing with my shorts, but hey, it's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah, I did quite a few things that I was not brought up.
So that's why I say sometimes it's not even that, it's just us being defiant for whatever reason. So yeah. And then Janae said, and she was cursing, the child knew right from wrong and chose wrong. You're right. And she was on there cursing too.
Right.
Just, showing out. And then I wonder too, because I'm just thinking like, I don't know, because I know now with the dress codes, right? Most schools do have dress codes, right? And I'm not again speculating, but the substitute teacher, the way she even showed up at the school, like they say, okay, your shorts got to be a certain length or your pants got to be a certain length. Those shorts or whatever she had on was not a certain length. So for her to even show up with those shorts or whatever on and the administration not say anything, I'm like, what division, what title school was that in? Again, that has nothing to do with it, anything. But I'm wondering if maybe this was like, I don't know. Maybe
they probably didn't care. Like you said, they just wanted a body there. They just wanted somebody there.
Yeah. So again, maybe she was a regular there, or a regular and a child. Like, you know what, she ain't finna do that. Who knows? I wonder if they were beefing already. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, that child. She probably. I'm pretty sure she learned her lesson behind all of that.
I'm sure
she learned her lesson behind all of that.
The sad part about it is now, the child going through something. Her parents going through something, the substitute teacher, and now her family's going through something. It's just a sad situation, It's not going to only affect them, but it's affecting the whole community as well. Because now, again, look at us. We're on the whole other side of the world, and look how, again, just measures in place. So why did it even have to happen? Why did it have to get to that point?
Right, exactly.
What can we do to change stuff, to make stuff different, to make it better, if anything?
Yeah. It definitely needs to be better. And I think, but again, we were talking about the substitutes and all that stuff. And to me, the school systems, and I spoke about this briefly a little bit before, that they're not implementing anything to help with security or help with keeping the substitutes, the kids or whomever safe. And we may have to go back to Joe Clark with
Oh my God, yes, Lean on Me. Was that Lean on Me?
Yeah, it was Lean on Me. Yeah,
girl, that was one of my favorite movies. Yes, girl, he did not play. I'm telling you. Mr. Clark, Mr. Clark.
Right, and if they cause some problems, they can't come back on the campus.
Chain it up. Oh my God.
I mean, because it's almost like, what do you do? I mean, you know, do we start putting metal detectors? I think up north already have that, right?
They should. They really should. And I'm surprised they don't have that with as many school shootings as we have or have had, you know, in the U.S. So.
Right. And not paying attention. I know some of the mass shootings that have happened, once they start gathering the evidence, I know quite a few have been where the shooter has put things on social media, or they have said something to someone else, whether it's friends or something like that. Even the shooting that happened, it's not school related, but even the shooting that happened at the bank, I forgot where it was, but he put something on his Instagram account that what he was going to do. But I think sometimes people just look at those things, they really don't pay attention, or they ignore the signs, you know, of thinking that something going to happen, because now you can't take anything lightly. Even when they had the alarm at Bay High School, you know, my daughter called me and said, "Mama, somebody on the campus with a gun," and you just hear kids in the background screaming. Your first instinct is, I'm going to get my child. But then afterwards, you're thinking like, well, dang, what if it was somebody out there? And we're, you know, all the parents, there was a lot of parents out there going to get their child. And then you had the police officers out there. And I'm like, really, are they still keeping it safe if it was an active shooter, or if it was somebody else there? Like, because they didn't have any of the roads blocked. People could still come in and out. So if it was a shooter, the shooter may have been hiding in the bushes or something. You know, you just never know. And it's like, are they really taking things serious? Even if they thought it was a prank or somebody just joking around, are you still doing the proper things to make sure the school is secured until y'all absolutely know that it's no active shooter on campus or nobody on the campus with the gun? So it's just those type of things like that. And I think even after that, they had somebody come on campus with having a fight. The people wasn't even students of the school. So it's just like so many things that happen, and it's really, and I think now they probably are focused on making sure they have the staff there, but still I think the focus needs, and that's in this worldwide, to be focused on the security of the schools.
It really needs to be. And I'm surprised. I don't know. I know they were trying to get something in place. I don't know the legal name for it, where they're trying to get, I think it's called like grandparentship or guardianship or something, or maybe it's a gatekeeper that will sit at the front of all the schools and stuff for security, but it's like volunteer positions that they're trying to get people to do. And I think they're trying to get people to vote on it or something, or maybe it's going to go into effect next school year. But don't quote me on any of that. But I remember seeing it up. And I don't know if it's going to be at all the schools. I don't know, but I know I've seen it at a few of the schools here in Escambia County and Santa Rosa County. So, but I mean, even with that, I mean, it is something. It's better than nothing, but I think we still need metal detectors and other stuff as well.
Yeah.
In addition
other
to
stuff, like I said, even like emergency buttons. If it's something underneath the teacher's desk that they can press when something is starting to happen, that they can press the alarm, you know, security or the police or whomever to come to that classroom, you know, just something to just start to see how it works or something like that. I also wanted to know, like, do y'all think that laws should be in place for faculty at schools that they have to use aggression or be aggressive with a student that's being disobedient or causing trouble or being an aggressor or hitting or whatever, you know, that protects the student or the faculty from having any legal charges brought against them if it warrants them to use that aggressive force against a student or something like that? Because that's one of the things too, I was thinking about, like, maybe it should be laws in place. Of course, if the teacher is the aggressor or if they just start off hitting and swing, because, you know, even at one point they were talking about letting the teachers have guns in school, you know.
I remember that. Oh, girl, and can you imagine in this situation?
Oh my
God, would have been popped. No. Girl, off rip. I remember that. mad.
Yes, they were even, because after that mass shooting, it was like, well, maybe the teacher should. And no, because all teachers aren't right in the
They're
mind. They just
not.
like,
No. And whatever happened to that? Were they supposed to vote on that?
I
Like,
think
what happened?
I think it was brought up, and then I don't know if it just like fell by the wayside or what really happened, but I never heard
I'm so
anything else
glad they didn't,
about
but I
it.
remember that. I remember. That's crazy. I
Because
can't
I
even
said that'd
imagine.
really be a mess, because if you have that incident going on and then the teacher knows that, or another student knows that there's a gun in that teacher's desk, so that teacher's not paying attention, another student can go grab the gun and something else can happen. So I think sometimes in America they don't like thoroughly think things through.
And not just that, but some of the teachers, like you said, they're not even capable, or I don't know.
Right. Have the right
have
mind.
a gun.
Right.
So,
Especially
they're not even thinking logical as it is. So
right.
imagine that. No,
Right.
no.
Especially they just hiring people now, if they don't do background checks or nothing like that, you don't know what type of background that person has. None whatsoever. So do y'all have any more thoughts on this topic, or any input of what y'all think may need to change or happen with the school system and safety or anything like that, or even on the topic that we discussed with the video that's trending, that's going around with the student and the substitute teacher, the brawl or the fight or whatever you want to call it?
Yeah, that was a beat down, bump the brawl and the fight. That was a beat down, girl. I fell for that girl. I mean, I was feeling the licks on this side. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Woo.
I said she had to revert it back. So, oh no, you want to act like somebody in the streets, best we finna take it.
Exactly. You can tell she had a little hood and the substitute teacher to me, because that girl, she just, oh no, that push. And from there, I'm like, darn, poor baby.
I know.
Oh no. But at the same time,
right,
these kids, they gonna learn.
So yeah, hopefully, and even for the kids that's seeing the video, hopefully it's a lesson across the world, for people to say, well, shoot, I ain't gonna be playing with these teachers no more, because
they might get one of those, right?
Right.
No,
definitely. So y'all have any more input or anything else to say?
I don't know. I'm speechless. I don't know. So that family, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything like from the parents, like anything put up from the parent. Have you?
No, I have not. I think when I was doing my little research and stuff, I went to a page. Excuse me, I have been up with my grandbaby. My sleeping is off, so I'm kind of like zoned out right now, in and out. But I am, oh my God, my sleep, I have no sleep schedule right now, so I am tired, but I'm in here. But I went to a page that was supposed to have been of the child or a child's parents, but I have not. It's mainly the substitute teacher, her husband, which I think is a deacon or something similar. And them saying she's going to be without money, without pay, and the GoFundMe. But I haven't seen anything from the little girl.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Sure, and the parents may be like, that's what she gets.
Could be, but I don't know. They probably quiet, girl. I'm sure they lawyered up and everything else, girl. About to sue the school system, sue her. Everybody about to get it, girl. I don't know.
You just never know. And I'm thankful, like with my kids, I've had teachers, like if they notice my child is acting out or they're doing something they're not supposed to, they have reached out to me, like they email me, hey, they doing this and it's usually not like her or him or whatever. And I'm one out of my daughter to tell you, I just don't listen. If she come and tell me something, I listen to her because that's my child, but I'm also gonna get both sides of the story, because at the end of the day, you may know how your child act at home or anything else. So, like with these kids, you can't put nothing past nobody, but you just like, you have to like hear it out and see, because, and I am thankful that, I've had teachers. I've had one teacher, last year that even messaged me and said, hey, I'm seeing your daughter up here by the desk with me till she get all her work done. I said, that's fine, thank you. I didn't say, why you doing that? Or don't be doing that. Don't be pointing her out. I'm like, thank you, because hey, a village. It takes a village.
Yeah. You know, I'm quick, girl, to be emailing my kids' teacher. I pop up at the school like, look, I'm such and such mom. They're gonna know me.
Yeah.
I'm there anytime. Like you call me, I don't care what time it is. I will be there. And the kids know that too. So no, we're not even playing that. And I will text, call, pop up. It does not matter.
Right.
Like, come up there, and they don't want me coming up there. My kids don't. I be trying to go. I used to volunteer as much as I could till they got tired of seeing me. It was like, Mom, we too old for that. You need to stop coming. Now, my feelings was hurt, but I made sure everybody knew who I was. So
right. You
and
have
some
to
of
be
their teachers
involved.
on here, they can vouch for that because I was always there at the school. So, but now I have a grandson, I can do that with him, so I'm good. I start over again. Yeah.
Starting all over, child. Don't even talk about starting all over. Whew.
I don't know.
Anyways,
I don't know what we're gonna talk about next week. I know we have been just kind of like coming up with these topics, seem like last minute type thing, but we did say in the beginning that we were going to bring you all topics like real time, real event topics, and that's what we did today. Like I said, it got trending last night. We kind of followed up on it today, and we're like, you know what, this is going to be a good thing to go with. So no, we did not come and like self promote or anything of sorts because we're like, hey, let's go with this today.
yeah.
So we're pretty much following through with what we said we were, and we hope you all enjoyed it because it's definitely been one of those eye openers, and it's happening. Something that we wish would not happen. We wish it was not going on, but it is. So it's something that we definitely need to address, and hopefully we can, as a world, as a community, try to get together and hopefully see some positive change or incorporate some positive change. But it has to start with us,
right.
us, and then empowering and instilling rights within our kids, and then our educators. And from there, we have to be the difference. We have to be the change, but it has to start with us, nobody's perfect, but we can't sit down and just let stuff, kind of like brush it off either,
Right.
But awareness is what it is. And again, this internet, social media it's a blessing and it's a curse, right? Because back in the day, it probably was going on. We don't know, but we didn't have access to social media, to the phone, to the internet. So if it did go on, it was not widely exposed as it is now. So again, that could have been a curse, but now it's there. So what can we do about it? Do we ignore it, or do we try to make a change, be that positive force behind it? So that's where we want to come in at with all of this. So
right. But we have had quite a few people that have brought up. I know we spoke about what did we speak about with relationships?
Which relationship? The soul ties? I don't know. We spoke about a few
relationships. Soul ties. But we've had people come to us and want to talk about the relationships as far as what is considered a good I'm gonna put it in a mild manner, a good person and a bad person.
In a relationship.
Like what people consider, like, how you may have females that have been out there, right?
Oh yeah.
You have the females that are conservative.
Oh, yeah.
That hasn't been out there. So they want to know, like, what do people consider as being a good person or a bad person? What may attract a person to a person, that's because males can be out there too. So because we have some males that say, oh, females only like a certain type of guy, or we have females say, oh, males only like a certain type of female. So that's a topic that people have come to us. We've had several people kind of speak on that, because I think relationships are viewed differently in everybody's eyes.
That's true.
And so that's one of the topics that we may try to talk about next week. What you feel about that one? Or
I think that'd be a good topic. I think it'd be a great topic, because I don't know what you want. You want to I don't know. What kind of dude you want? I mean, what you looking for, girl? I'm sorry to put you on blast like that. I'm sorry. I mean, acquiring minds want to know, like, what? You don't have to answer that. They got to tune in.
Now I have a laundry list.
Okay, and they got to tune in next week if they want to know. So that's going to bring it back, right?
Right. I have a lot compared to back in the day. I have a laundry list now.
Yes. But that is something that she did definitely say that people have been bringing to us. The quality of, the person that you're with, your spouse, your mate, your significant other. What is it? What qualities, quantity, that you want in them. So that I think that'd be a great topic. I think that'd be a really, really good topic. So. Yeah, we're gonna go there. We're gonna dig in there too. And I don't know, we may have a special guest on. I don't know. Maybe she'll join us. I don't know. I just don't know, because honey, I think we both got somebody in mind to kind of spice it up, but I don't know. But we may just be us. I don't know, but we're gonna bring it. So yeah.
Yes, I think that will be a good topic because, like I said, some people have different views on, like, because I know everybody has done it. Like, they see somebody like, girl, I can't believe they in a relationship and da 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 da. But in that person's eyes, whoever they're in a relationship with, they view them as a totally different way. And now we spoke on this before, how males, I think sometimes they don't look deep into things as females do. So when we look into things, I think they just may say, hey, that's who I like and that's who I love and that's who I'm going to be with. But us on the other
regardless. And they stand them beside them regardless.
Right, regardless. But us on the other hand, it's a whole different story.
Especially some of us, girl, that's real picky.
Yeah.
Girl, Jesus, take the wheel, take
the car.
Girl, I don't know, but it make you be like, okay, should you be that picky? Like, I don't know, or should you just settle? Like, are you settling? Are you not settling?
Right. Yeah. You should be picky too, but nobody's perfect. And I think I had to learn that over time that, my qualifications of who I want, that person, it may not be who I need. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I may have all these qualifications, but it may not be who is designed for me. So like I may want I'm just speaking out. I may want a dark, handsome man with a beard and a 6-pack or something like that.
Girl, I gotta get my popcorn on this one. This girl said a dark, handsome man with a 6-pack and a beard. Okay,
but that's just physical qualifications.
Okay,
but it may be somebody that come along that may be short, that may have a bald head, that may have no beard, that may have. Please, y'all, I'm not saying that a person that's like that is ugly. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying it may be somebody totally opposite from what, and I'm not even saying the tall, dark, handsome person is somebody that I desire. I'm just giving like a description. But you know what I'm saying? It could be somebody the total opposite of who I want. And so, yeah.
I understand. Get off the air. Example. Back in the day, back in my time, long time ago, I had this crush. He is the father of my 2 kids. He just does not know he's the father of my 2 kids, right? He's one of those. Nelly.
Girl. Oh, Lord. Yes, y'all. She was crazy about Nelly. I mean, it was like an obsession.
Was it really an obsession?
Girl, yes, we went to Vegas. Oh my gosh.
Girl, I don't know how we ended up in the front, but we was in the front and I had his leg, and if I could have got on stage, I would have got on stage. I wouldn't have got off stage. It was that bad. But anyways, I didn't know that people were paying to go on stage with him, and I wasn't about to pay. It's crazy.
Right.
That was right there. But if he would have moved, he would have fell. But anyways, he's my kid's father. He just does not know he's my kid's father. My kids don't know that's his father, but he really ain't my kid's father. I just say stuff like that, which is crazy. So he's not my kid's father. It's true, he's not. But I'm just saying I had a crush on him. That's all I'm saying. But with that said, back in the day, that was like, yeah, I like Nelly. So I get what she's saying with that, right? But now Nelly's not even my type, like for real. So I get what you're saying. Your type, that your qualifications. I get that, because now I'm like, who? What was I on? But that was years and years ago. So now I'm like, no, we good. I don't know. That was back in my. I don't know what day that was.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was on, but I like dark skinned dudes. So that's all I'm gonna say. Gotta be that chocolate drop.
Not the chocolate drop.
I'm just saying. So I see what you're saying, though. But you're saying if
Yeah.
you can't get what you like, are you gonna settle? Is that what you're saying?
Not you're. I'm saying like what you may like may not be what's meant for you. So you can like somebody, but that might not be the person because he could be the worst person for
He
you.
can.
So no, I don't
can.
think he
But
should
I
ever
ain't going with no
settle.
light one.
Huh?
I ain't going with no light one. I'll just wait it out. You crazy. I gotta look at that. I'm gonna wait it out, girl.
Girl, you're not going with no what?
I'm not going with the light one or a brown one. I'm gonna wait it out.
Oh,
I gotta have my
okay.
chocolate one, girl. You brought up the physical aspects. I don't know why you did that.
I did, but I'm just saying like it shouldn't be physical all the time because you have
It
to
shouldn't.
like.
You're right. You're absolutely right. So next. But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
So I don't know. I don't even know if I got a preference.
Woo, you.
Oh Lord Jesus!
If you don't, I don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say either. I just pray, ask God that when He comes, I'm aware and because now I think I kind of developed an attitude like I don't even want to be bothered, and I'm trying to get out of that attitude because I know sometimes like if I don't want to be bothered, I don't want to be bothered, and I know I can probably say things like push a person away, or I just keep the conversation real blunt. But I'm trying to get out of that. So.
But you know what? That's knowing what you want to. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not settling, and you're not just letting anybody in your space or in your, atmosphere or whatever that is, wasting your time and your energy.
Right.
And when you understand your value and your worth, right? That's when you feel that way. So I honestly don't see nothing wrong with that because who got time to waste?
Right.
Like, no, what you talking? Hey girl, hey sexy. What you mean? Come on now, shoot.
And I'm paying
else. Like what you
to the
talking?
red flags early on. Like I used to see the red flags and then you be like, okay, I'm gonna keep giving this person a chance after chance after chance. No. But now, no. The first one,
you out.
I'm out. So you can call, you can text as many times you want. You can call from a different number. If I know it's you, blocked out.
They're gonna call from the Google Voice, be like, and then use one of them voice things to be like, can I speak with Jessica, please?
Right. I ain't got time.
You didn't pay your phone bill this month.
So no, but not for real. I just pray. I just hope, whenever the right one comes, I am aware I don't, like push that person off. So that's where I'm at.
And that's where you have to be in. And I agree to that wholeheartedly. I think when you line yourself up, right, and you are in prayer and in fasting, the right person will come. I think again, we got to be aligned. We got to be in that right spot for that to happen. Because if we're not going to see it.
Right.
And I do get what you're saying because we can have all these qualifications and all that, but again, if that's not who God has for you, it's not going to line up. So you can come and say, I want this, that, but no, you should. My prayer was, that God sends me who He wants, that His will be done. And a dark skin, handsome, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it's what it is, That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, I don't know.
So yeah. So I think the relationship thing would be a good topic.
I think it will too. I think it'll be great.
Yes, y'all make sure y'all tune in and y'all tell a friend, tell your aunties, cousins, sisters, brothers, whomever, because we do want males to participate too and give their input and insight. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned and tune in next week.
We need more males, and I think we need to really do that subject. I don't know. We're talking about, oh no, I'm just all on topic. Oh no.
Yeah.
My brother, I don't know. We gotta get some dudes on too. So.
Now that child.
I know, right?
That's all I'm gonna say about that is child.
Ooh, that part there. So yeah. And Latrice says she agreed.
Hey,
my mom.
Latrice.
Oh, hold on. It ain't coming up. Latrice says she 100% agreed. Miss Sheila, my mom says, okay, we got it. Swartz says y'all are funny AF. And Janae, I think we did go to hers before. So we definitely thank you all. And like Jessica said, she gave y'all a topic for next week. We're going to come with y'all with that because we want to know what it is. You know what I'm saying? What are we missing? You know, what are y'all missing? Because we want to make some connections, some love connections. My girl, you know.
Love connections.
I thought that's what we're trying to do. We're not trying to make love connections.
We making love. Child.
I'm here for it. I don't know what we're trying to do. We're trying to figure it out.
Well, I guess if we're going to make love connections, all the single people get on.
What? I guess we're making love connections. I guess we're going to start it, right? Because we got to know, like, what is it? You know what I'm saying? With them trying to say, you know, like, this is what it is. This kind of girl they, you know, whatever. So, I mean, maybe it'll be the beginning because we got to understand what it is before we can actually get into that with finding your mate. So, yeah, it might actually lead to something. This might be a series on a series now I think about it. Because we can kind of figure out what it is, you know, like
the missing link.
Yes. I think we're on to something. I like that. We need to go because I think we both just out of it. Good night, y'all. Good night.
Y'all have a good night.
And thank us. We love you all. See you all next week, next Tuesday, 7:30, same place, same time with Topeka and Jessica. We love you all. Bye.
Good night.